Hey guys, welcome back for another video. If you're new here, my name is Amber. I make videos on YouTube about selling clothing and shoes on the Poshmark app. If you are new to Poshmark, this is a perfect video to start with. I'm going to go through my entire process of how I list on Poshmark. So my first step is to pull out the items I'm going to list and sort them by type of item. I do this to make it easier to take photographs. So when I take photographs, I do one type of item at a time. And so I sort them first so I can see how many dresses do I have, how many jeans do I have, and then I can know where I want to start with taking pictures. Step 2 is to steam the clothing items. There's mixed opinions about whether you should steam or not steam your items, whether it's worth the time or not. I personally think it makes a lot of the items look a lot better, and so I do steam the items. If an item isn't wrinkly, then I just skip over it, but if it's wrinkly, it definitely makes the item look better and hopefully sell better because it's not wrinkly. Step 3 is photographing. For shirts and for dresses, I take a picture from the front, a picture from the side, a picture from the back, a picture of the brand and the size, and then a picture of the material tag or the fabric contents. I take a picture of the material tag because I used to get questions about this all the time. So just adding that one extra picture will make people ask a lot less questions, and hopefully that means more people will buy. And then the last picture I will take is if I want to take an up close detailed picture, or if there's a flaw with the item, I will take a picture of that. Like I said, for dresses, I take very similar pictures. Next, I photograph the jeans and the skirts. So I've gone back and forth between flat lays and hanging pictures for jeans and skirts. If you don't know what a flat lay is, I will show you later in this video. But for jeans and skirts, what I'm doing right now is taking pictures on the wall. So I hang up the item, I take a picture of the front of the item, I take a picture of the back, I will take close-ups on jean pockets, and then like with skirts and dresses, I take a close-up of the brand, the style of the jeans, and then also the tag inside of the jeans or the skirt. Next step is that I will model some of the items. Whether or not I model items kind of just depends on the mood I'm in and whether I really want to model the items. But for purses, I really try to model them because with purses, it really gives a buyer a better idea of how big is the purse, how long is the strap, and I think it definitely helps sell purses a little bit more. I think modeling is helpful for most situations because they can see the item on a person. Alright, so now that all the clothing is photographed, I will move on to the shoes and the purse. So first I start by cleaning the shoes. So here I have a little bucket of hot soapy water that I will use to clean the soles of the shoes. And then I have leather cleaner, which I will use to clean the tops of the shoes, as most of these shoes are leather. For purses and shoes, I take flat lay photos. A flat lay, as it sounds, means you're taking the picture with the item laid flat. So some people do this for all the items. They will take flat lays for dresses, they'll take flat lays for jeans, they'll take flat lays for shoes. I only do flat lays for shoes and purses right now. For a backdrop for my flat lays, I use a science fair fold out from the dollar store, and this works really well and it's really inexpensive. I have thought about having a more permanent solution, but for now that is what I use. So here you can see the pictures that I take for shoes, and typically I take very similar pictures. So I take a couple with both the shoes in them. I take one of the front of the shoes so people can see that there are no scuffs, or if there are scuffs on the toes, they can see those. Then I take the picture of the heels, again to show the condition of the heels, and I make sure to take a picture of the bottom of the shoes. If I can easily take a picture of the size, I will do that as well. So now that I photographed all 20 of my items, I sit down on the couch, I put on some YouTube, I get cozied in to edit and list my items. So step 5 is to create the listing on Poshmark. So I start this process by editing my photos. I've gone back and forth with editing. I don't like editing photos if it changes the color or it makes the item not look like it really looks in real life, because that can just lead to very disappointed buyers. And also I don't like editing if it takes a really long time. So right now I edit my shoe pictures and I use an app called PhotoFuse. All you do is you go into the app, you highlight the shoes, and then you click done, and it makes the background white and it leaves your shoes the original picture. And it just leaves the shoes as the original picture. So this really helps to make the shoe pictures pop and to make them look very professional. I don't do this on the clothing items because it kind of has a hard time knowing what's the background and what's my mannequin, and so it ends up it doesn't look right. So I do this just for shoes for now, and sometimes I will do it my front picture. If I really want my front picture to pop, I will try to edit the background to be white for the first picture. Okay, so when I am listing an item, the first thing I will do is try to see if the item has a style number. If the item has a style number, this makes it very easy to Google the item, find out what the marketed name of the item is, and then also find out how much other people have sold that item for. So first I'm going to show you guys how I researched this Cabby top. Cabby is a brand that always has a style number, which makes it very easy to find comparable sold listings and to find out the name of the item. So now that I know the style number is 5207, I'm going to go Google Cabby style number 5207. Then from the search results, I can see that the name of this top is the Cabby Not Cami. Then I will go over to Poshmark and I will search for that name of the item. By searching for this item, I can see what this has sold for other people and what the current active listings are listed for. And this gives me a good idea of what I can list my item at, and it also makes sure that I'm using the right keywords so that if someone is searching for the not cami or the specific style, they will find my listing. If an item does not have a style number, I will just search for something that's descriptive that will hopefully bring up that item in the sold listings so I can see how much other people are selling that item for. And then this gives me an idea of how much to list my item for because I know what it has been selling for. So for example, for this Rebecca Taylor dress, I don't know a style number, so I simply look up Rebecca Taylor zebra dress, and right away I see my dress in the available listings. If I then take off the My Size filter and sort for sold listings, I can see a handful of sold listings. And these sold listings are in a variety of sizes, but they give me a really good idea of what this exact dress has sold for on Poshmark. So this one, for example, was new with tags and sold for $25, but then there was another that had sold for $20, $34, $13, and $45. So again, I do this to give me an idea of what is currently available in this exact dress and how much has it sold for in the past. So next I move to writing up the listing. So I open up Poshmark and click on sell in the middle bottom of the screen. It will then ask me to select my pictures, and I go through my photos and select the pictures I already have taken and edited for this listing. So I go and find the 8 photos that I want to use. You can only use up to 8 on Poshmark, and they must be in square mode, and then import them into Poshmark. So first I rearrange my photos so that the main photo is first, and then it kind of follows a nice order where you see the main photo, then the side, then the back, then the front, and then the bottoms. Then I write up a title. And the main goal here with the title and with the description is so that if someone is searching for this item, they can find it. So if they're looking for flats, I want them to be able to find it. If they're looking for shoes, I want them to be able to find it. So that's why you'll see me use multiple words. For example, I'll write tan and brown, and I'll write loafers and shoes and flats because I don't know what the person is going to be looking for when they search for this item. You want to make sure to include the size and, of course, if there's any flaws and what the condition of the item is. I also add any specific details, again, that someone might be searching for, because I want to make sure that my listing comes up if they are searching for something really specific that pertains to my item. So here I'm checking to see what the style number is, and I will put that in the listing just in case someone is actually searching for the specific style number. For example, maybe they already have these shoes and they've worn them out and they're looking to buy them again, so they're searching for this exact style number. Then I will go and choose the category as shoes, flats and loafers, choose the size as 6.5, choose the brand as Clark's, choose the color. You can choose 2 colors, so I'll choose both tan and brown. And then, like, I already looked up the comparable sold listings to come up with what price to list the item at. Then I will click next and then list. Then I will always go and look at my item one more time just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. And so I see right away I messed it up. I didn't put the right picture first. And so I go in and edit and fix my photos. Then I'll do the same thing again, list it, and I'll go look at it again to make sure that I'm happy with my final listing. Step 6 is to take measurements and add those to the listing. So for tops, I take 3 measurements. I do ATAs, armpit to armpit, armpit to end of sleeve, and armpit to bottom hem. So the first measurement is armpit to armpit. And I just measure from where the 3 seams meet on each armpit. So this one is 19 inches. Then I measure from armpit to end of sleeve. And then armpit to bottom hem. 18.5 inches. Okay, so now for jeans. For jeans, I do 6 measurements. I do a waist, hip, rise, inseam, and leg opening measurement. So that's that second list. So first waist, that is at the very top of the pants. And I just measure straight across, laying flat. Then hips is about 1 inch above the bottom, or the, what do you call this? 1 inch above this area, where everything meets the crotch area. Straight across. Then the rise is from the crotch area where the 3 seams meet, or the 4 seams meet, to the top of the jeans. And then the inseam, again, is from this area to the very bottom of the jeans. And then finally the leg opening, which is straight across on the leg opening. And then the final step, step 7, is to inventory the item. Obviously, if you're just listing a few of your clothes at home, you're not going to need to inventory them. But I have about 200 listings, and I also work full time, so I need to make shipping really quick during the week. So I inventory all my items to make them really quick and easy to find. So the first thing I do is to lint roll the item, and then I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I add an inventory number to it. Then I will add this to an inventory tub and add that number in my spreadsheet so that if it sells, I can very quickly find where that item is and get it shipped out. And then now all I have to do is wait for someone to buy the item. I will also share the listings going forward to try to bring attention to my items. If you're new and you don't know what Poshmark Sharing is, I will link a video in the description of this video. I'll link a video in the description of this video that is very helpful for understanding what Poshmark shares are and why sharing your listing is really important. So there are actually 4 of us doing this video talking about how we list our items, and the other 3 are all friends of mine. So if you want to go see how some other people list their items, I would definitely recommend that you go check out their videos. So first is Courtney, who is Comment Tags on YouTube. Second is Becky, who is Becky Park on Poshmark on YouTube. And third is Josh, who is a lot of Josh on YouTube. So definitely go check out their videos. They're doing a very similar video to mine, just telling you how they list their items. And I will pin a comment and also include their videos in the description of this video. If you learned something from this video or found it interesting, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel for more Poshmark content. And as always, stay tuned because I will have a new video out soon.